Yes, generally.
Yes.
Yeah, always, yeah. Got to, absolutely. You never know what they're earning, so... And it was always nice. I worked in a tippy 3 years, and it was always lovely. Those people who did tip always stick in your head.
It can just like help to make someone like feel better.
I think if the service is exceptional and they give you what you've asked for, as opposed to not.
Do I tip? The answer to that is no, I don't tip. If it's a small family-run restaurant, I will tip. Big national chains, no, not really.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't tip if we're just going to have a drink or a coffee, but if we have a meal, yes.
I think it's something that should be done because obviously people work very hard.
I don't feel like I should have to tip because I feel like it encourages a culture where big national restaurant chains can continue paying their employees minimum to unfair wages, and we have to foot the bill by contributing to that.
More or less, people are earning their money doing the job, so why do you have to tip them?
It's your business. If you want to tip, you can tip. I won't look down on you if you don't tip.
I've just come back from France and they don't really tip over there, they just round it up. Yeah, I don't mind tipping for good service. Do you tip just because they've served you a meal at a table? Well, that's their job, yeah.
On some places I've been to, there's boxes where it says 15, 20, 22 or 25. No, I'll put in what I think, not what I'm being told to put in.
I think these days with the tap element, I think it's maybe in Britain even harder to tip. It's almost like not an embarrassment if you don't tip.
I would have it scrapped altogether. Still have a culture where we're encouraged to tip if the service is, exceptional. By and large, it's when I'm not asked to tip or I don't see anything added to the bill, I will pay the bill and, throw in a bit of extra on top of that.
Well, I always pay by cash, so I will tip by cash.
I always pay cash at the end.
Yeah.
I hope it goes then direct to the person who served me.
A lot of places are now paying on the app, so you can choose to add a tip, which is how I prefer paying.
Service at restaurants and things, I wouldn't tip in a bar, for example.
The one who's probably serving on me, probably the waiter who comes to my table.
Oh, I always tip the taxi driver because I've usually got a lot of shopping and they always carry it for me. You don't mind tipping people like that?
If I was to tip, it would be a restaurant, but as I said, that'd be more sort of the family-run, independent, the smaller businesses.
No, I wouldn't. If the service was that bad, then I would say I'm not paying any service charge because for these reasons.
Yeah, I do. I have, a couple of times. Sometimes the service charge is a little bit too much for me to pay, and I feel so uncomfortable and so bad saying, sorry, can I take off the service charge? I do want to tip, but £15 is a little bit, yeah.
Yes, I do. Actually, tell a lie, I did. But I think it's one of those things where you get used to it and you grow a thick skin.
I've done it. If I've gone with a friend and I always say, we'll split the bill and we'll tip. Don't put it on the bill.
That's a very good question because my son worked in the service industry himself, and generally speaking, some places enforce that it just goes into the till, and then the staff can be awarded something as a Christmas bonus.
Well, I'd like to think, again, going back to the sort of smaller businesses and the big chains, smaller businesses I wouldn't mind it seeing going into everyone's pockets and supporting the business. Bigger chains, again, I probably wouldn't like to see it go into the till, if I'm completely honest.
I think it should go to everyone no matter what, because everyone plays a role in some part of it.
Would prefer the individual, but sometimes there are others at work and they can't get a tip because of what they do, whereas then it should be shared.